Guys, so what have I learned from my time as a bodybuilder? I'm still a bit skinny because I used to be a distance runner. And when you're a distance runner, you're breaking your body down. You're becoming more skinny. Bodybuilding is the opposite. But so yeah, I've been in a gym before, but I didn't really stick with it very long. Um, I actually did train with two other guys, but not very consistently. But I've learned that these two guys, they trained completely incorrectly. Um, so I trained one guy. All he would ever do is shoulder press at the gym, like twice a week. He would do very low volume, like hardly any volume at all. He might have done maybe 20 repetitions in a session, and that was about it. He did no leg exercises. He did no chest exercises. He did no core exercises. No bicep exercises. No tricep exercises. And that's not a good way to train, okay? And he was lifting extremely heavy weights. This other guy I was training with seemed to have the same idea. You know, he used to do bicep curls on the machine, very heavy, pretty much as heavy as he could lift. And also, he used to do, what was it, like push-ups on the, or no, pull-ups on the bars. So that's a very intense exercise as well. I've learned from going to the gym that's not how you train. Okay, so I went to the gym in TNDO near where I live, and I used to go to the gym. I used to bench press, like, I'd start off with 20 kgs and work my way up to like 40, and I was thinking, yeah, this is a great way to train. But I just felt very tired and exhausted from this training, and I wasn't doing that high a volume, so I cut the weight down. I kept cutting the weight down until I got to a point where I was bench pressing 5 kgs, just 2.5 kg dumbbells in each hand. And I still felt the same way, and I'm like, look, all right, look, I'm just not up for this weight training. So I decided to try body weight exercises. And with body weight exercises, I found that I didn't feel tired and exhausted, and also I was able to do a much higher volume. And I've gotten a lot stronger since then, just doing body weight exercises, no gym workouts, And I've learned that when you're certainly, at least when you're starting out, if you're skinny, you're better off to do high repetitions, low weights. Okay, I'm not doing any weights. I'm doing body weight exercises. Like, I'm doing bicep curls with nothing in my hands. You know what I mean? It's just that movement that is making me stronger. So I now believe that when you're a beginner and you're skinny, the way I was, there's no such thing as lifting too light. In fact, you shouldn't be lifting weights at all. Do you know what I mean? As long as you're getting enough repetitions, as long as you're doing the right exercises that target all the different muscles, then you don't need weights. Okay, now maybe if you get stronger, more well-built, then maybe you might need to start doing some weight training at the gym, but I don't think I'm at that point yet. So yeah, that's kind of how I train. Body weight exercises, because most of these people, they seem to believe that in order to get really strong, you have to lift really heavy weights for very, very low volume. Volume doesn't matter, it's all about quality over quantity, yeah. And well, volume does matter. I'm probably getting, 300-400 repetitions in per session. And I'm not doing long workouts. I'm doing like 20-minute workouts, So yeah, I'm going to give you an example of my new routine that I wrote up, because I was doing the same routine for the last couple of months and I got a little bit bored. So upper body, some of the exercises I do. Now when I'm doing these workouts, it's always 1 minute on, 30 seconds off. So overhead press, that works the shoulders. Tricep extension, that works the triceps. Floor press, no weights included there, that's the chest, because there's no weights involved. I try to do that quite fast, quite a high tempo. Bent over row, that works the back. Bicep curls, no weights, that works the biceps. The pullover, that works the triceps and the pecs. Hammer curls works the biceps. And barbell upright row, that kind of works the back, but I also believe it kind of works the chest and shoulders as well. Then on leg day, power snatch, dumbbell cleans, that's a jumping exercise. I normally do that outside because the floor here where I live in my bedroom is actually quite delicate, so I don't want to damage the floor. It's not my house, I'm only renting a room. Leg curl, again, no weights. Leg press, I do the butterfly, that works the groin and hips, because I used to do sumo squats, but I think those exercises were too hard for me because my groin and my hips are quite weak, so I just do those stretches to strengthen the hip and groin without putting too much pressure on them. Dynamic squats, deadlift, and the hip adductor stretch. Again, that works the groin and hips. That's one of my weaknesses. When I was a runner, it was also one of my weaknesses. I used to get some tightness in those areas. Yeah, so I do upper body on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and I do legs on Thursdays and Sundays. Today's Monday, so I'm on an off day. So yeah, that's basically how I train. It's not that difficult, really. I believe it's more a case of consistency and patience than, pushing yourself through a pain barrier. I believe that these workouts should not be painful. Same in running, it's not the workouts that really make you fit. It's the easy mileage. That's what builds you up as a runner, and it's the workouts, it's the sessions that are like the icing on the cake. That get your legs, they get your legs used to moving at a quicker pace. They work your anaerobic fitness. If you don't know what anaerobic fitness means, it means your ability to exercise without oxygen. Because when you're doing, say, like 10 by 400 meters at your mile race pace, you're not really breathing. You're kind of out of breath for the most part. So yeah, that's what I've learned from my bodybuilding. I'd like to, hopefully I'll learn more about bodybuilding, and hopefully I'll give you more information and tips in the future. So yeah, look, I believe all these personal trainers, they don't really know what they're doing. I think it's based on short-term gains. Get as fit as you can in 6 weeks. It's not sustainable in the long term. If you think about it this way, personal trainers making their athletes train, doing very high intense workouts. It's sort of similar to, athletics coaches making their distance runners just do hard track sessions every day, doing, 200s, 400s, 800 meter pace, 1500 meter pace. It's not sustainable. That should make up a small part of your training, and you should only really be running that fast towards the end of your training cycle when you want to peak for important races. So yeah, stay away from personal trainers. Just train like this. All right, I've seen old bodybuilding videos a while back from like the 50s and 60s. The guys in the gym, they're lifting. They look really big and well built. They're lifting light weights, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's not how you train. That's kind of high rep, low weights. That's probably why they weren't as strong as the bodybuilders of today. But no, I was wrong. That is actually how you train for the most part. I'm sure some of the top guys also do some really heavy lifting. But again, like distance running, I would say that high intense training would make up a small part of their weekly repetitions. Is there anything else I can say here? No, you don't even need a gym to train. You can just train your bedroom, train outside. If there's bars if you're at relatively good level and there's bars in your area, you can use them. Like, I live near Clontarf seafront, and near that little island, what's it called? Bull Island, I think it is. They have all these bars. I've seen people training on those bars during COVID lockdown. And those guys training on the bars, they actually did look really strong, So yeah, that's my video.